Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I apologize for the long break I had taken, but I'm back now with the another video on Security Council of United Nations. So I hope everyone knows about the Taliban and Afghanistan crisis. And if you don't know, then let me tell you in brief that Taliban and Afghanistan has been in news now for some time, and Taliban has annexed Afghanistan. And the situation has become worse now for the people of Afghanistan, and meetings are being held in Security Council to discuss what should be done and what action should be taken. So why am I talking about the Taliban and Afghanistan crisis and meeting Security Council में क्यों हो रही है? Because it is the responsibility of the Security Council to maintain international peace and security, according to the Article 24 of the UN Charter, and it is the most important and effective organ of the UN. Chapter 5th of the UN Charter from Article 23 to 27 talks about the provisions that are related to Security Council. Now let's talk about the composition of the UNSC. So before UN came into being, there was this organization called League of Nations, which was founded after the First World War with the motive to prevent the Second World War. But unfortunately, it could not prevent the World War II to happen, and World War II happened, and many more people died. So the League of Nations was collapsed, and in 1945, UN came into being. So initially in UNSC, there were only 11 members, 5 permanent and 6 non-permanent members. But currently it has 10 non-permanent members and 5 permanent members. So currently it has 15 members. And we should keep in mind that the members of the UN Security Council was expanded from 11 to 15 in which year? In 1965. And 5 permanent members are China, France, Russia, which was also known as the USSR, and the Soviet Union, Britain, and the United States. And 10 non-permanent members are elected each year by the General Assembly for the period of 2 years. And presidency is held by each non-permanent member in rotation for a period of 1 month. And India has been serving as the president of the UNSC now in the month of August, and it will serve as the president of the UNSC again in 2022. Now functions and powers. So the P5 countries or P5 nations here have this power to veto, which is also known as great power unanimity. So what do they do here? They just vote against any substantive matter, because if they don't like the issue which is being discussed in the council, what do? They just halt the matter by voting against it. And through this veto power, they stop draft resolution from being adopted. And this is a kind of negative power in the hands of permanent members, which makes the Security Council discriminatory, because non-permanent members don't have this power to veto here. And there are two types of matters in Security Council. One is procedural and second is substantive. Substantive matters are more important and essential matters, like they, because they are related to the peace and security and investigation of dispute. And procedural matters are related to the day-to-day activities of the council, like to convene or suspend a meeting, approval of annual reports, etc. Double veto, yeah. P5 members here enjoy this privilege, and which is a kind of negative power, and they misuse it several times. Chapter 6, which is Pacific Settlement of Dispute, what this chapter says that council can recommend the parties that are involved in a dispute that they should use only diplomatic methods to resolve a conflict. Diplomatic methods like mediation, conciliation, arbitration, and good offices. So, if in brief I say, parties in a dispute, the parties that are in dispute, they should only use mediation, conciliation, arbitration, and good offices. And apart from maintaining international peace and security, the Security Council has one more responsibility, that it recommends to General Assembly the candidates for the post of General Assembly and as well as new members to be admitted in the UN. Now this is something which is very important and need of the hour. Call for reforms. There is a big need for reforms in UNSC. Let's see why. First is misuse of veto. So we know that a veto from any of the permanent members can just stop or halt any possible action that council may take. So veto power is a kind of negative power and which makes the council less representative and less democratic. And one more reason for reforms in UNSC is expansion of UNSC. India also supports an increase in the number of both permanent and non-permanent members because after the World War II, it has not been changed at all. It has remained largely static. So there should be an increase in both permanent members and non-permanent members in UNSC. And a third reason is the UN Charter does not recognize regional organizations as eligible for the membership of UN. Regional organizations like ASEAN, SAARC, and European Union. ASEAN stands for Association of Southeast Asian Nation, and SAARC stands for South Asian Association of Regional Corporation. So these regional organizations are not eligible for the membership of UN. Why? We don't know. That's why we need a reform. And India also wishes to be a permanent member in the UN because it is very much eligible for the permanent membership, but it has not been given this chance. And one more thing, there are some criteria that have been proposed for new permanent and non-permanent members of the Security Council, like a country to be a member or to be a member of the UNSC. The country must be a major economic power. It should be a major military power, a substantial contributor to the UN budget, a big nation in terms of its population, a nation that respects democracy and human rights, and a country that would make the council more representative of the world's diversity in terms of geography, economic systems, and cultures. So, up till now, we know about a Security Council, the main things we know about Security Council. One thing is the need of hour, that is the reform. There should be, the UNSC needs to be more representative because it is not at all representative now, and it should be more democratic and transparent. And the UNSC now is representing the geopolitical and economic realities of 90s, not 21st centuries. So this was what I wanted to talk about today. Thanks for watching.